this exciting edition of Super Swimmer, your window to the world of African and world aquatics. We're in Quebec for the SA National Swimming Championships 2025. 5 days of tremendous pool action. Check it out right here on Super Swimmer. The Newton Park Pool Complex in Quebec in the Eastern Cape was the venue for the 2025 National Swimming Championships. An exciting week of competition, with the cream of the crop having achieved honours at their respective local provincial championships. Let's see what they can do at the most prestigious and important event on the local aquatic calendar. The World Aquatics Long Course World Championships is beckoning for the swimmers that can achieve the very stringent qualification times for the event. Over the next few weeks, we'll showcase performances that will make you proud, joyful, and perhaps even tearful. SA records, personal best times, junior world champs qualifying times, Paralympic achievements, and even a surprise world record. This is how it unfolded.
Moving on to Heat 2, the A final of the ladies 50 meters freestyle. 1, we have Joanna Bass. 2, Michaela de Villiers. 3, Jess Thompson. 4, Caitlin de Lange. 5, Olivia Null. 6, Erin Gallagher. 7, Cara Noblach. And 8, Georgia Null.
So both Nulls in action in lanes 5 and 8, swimming out of the Western Cape. But Caitlin de Lange, keep an eye out for her over in lane 4.
Yes, Caitlin de Lange posting the fastest time this morning, 25:02. Let's see if these ladies can go under 25 seconds. They'll be looking for an A qualifying time of 24:86. If I'm not mistaken, 5 ladies went to B qualifying time this morning. Great start there by Caitlin de Lange.
Very, very strong start over in lane 4 by de Lange. Swimming out of Tshwane, as are many of these performers here. Tshwane has had a dominant performance so far in the pool. Caitlin de Lange looking very strong, as does Jessica Thompson out in lane 3. De Lange going along very, very nicely though. Mel Gallagher putting pressure on the front runners. Let's see how things unfold. But over in lane 4, it's looking good.
De Lange.
De Lange gets it. A terrific performance. 25:02 from her. And yeah, that is well within that B qualifying time once again, but unfortunately missing out on that A qualifier. 24:86 was the magic number there, but Caitlin de Lange getting yet another B qualifying time for Singapore. There is confirmation, and Nell and Gallagher.
Another tie.
Another tie for second. 2 races in and 2 tied for second. That's pretty sensational. Excellent performance there from Caitlin de Lange, grabbing victory. We'll see her a little later when we witness the medal ceremony.
Great swim there by Caitlin de Lange, going the exact same time as she did this morning.
As we move over now to the A final of the men's 50 free, Declan Egger making his way out to the starters blocks from Ekaleni. Away to Mahan from Tshwane. Guy Brooks, the swimmer from KZN, and a man who certainly needs no introduction. We'll give him one anyway. Peter Peter Kutsia, moving out. 20 years of age from Tshwane. He's one of 5 Tshwane swimmers competing. The rest are all from Tshwane. Armand Landman in lane 5, Aidan Bourneman in lane 6, Philip de Lange in lane 7, and Blake Godfrey in lane 8. But Peter Kutsa earlier today getting a 22:05, which was on the button, and that was the same as the world qualifying A time. So he'll be smiling from ear to ear. He really has had a dominant meet so far, Chanel.
Yes, it's been incredible to watch Peter growing with each meet. I see him, so exciting things ahead for him.
Very much so. The Olympian in the middle of the pool. Here we go. The men's 50 free A final. Away they go. No surprises. Good start there for Peter Kutsia. And already getting a nice lead on his competitors, just ahead of Guy Brooks on one Klampan on the other side. But Peter Kutsia, it's all about him out in the front once again. 22.05, he's already set that, but can he even better that mark?
Yes, and Declan Egger out in lane 1, also having a great start from Aquatics Gauteng. But it is all Peter Kutsia, touching in a time of 22.45, followed by Armand Lundman, 22.97, and Owetu Mahan in third, 23.17.
Well done, Peter Kutsia. Funny enough, not as fast as swim, but still managing to get the gold.
As we recap that race, look at Peter go. He's powering through the water with each stroke.
What a performance, what a guy. Really such a nice bloke.
The women's A final, 50 meters backstroke, S1 to S15. In 2, we have Kat Swanepoel. In 3, Elena Porkita. In 4, we have Ivanka Fenta. In 5, we have Meliska Everson. And in 6, we have Nazira Dutoy.
Confirmation once again of that lineup. Kat Swanepoel, Anya Portkita, Ivana Venka, Meliska Everson, Nazira Dutoy, and you can see the numerous numbers on the right-hand side. That represents the class that they will be competing in. So they're looking to set times within those classes, not necessarily against each athlete.
Yes, the swimmer out in lane 2, Kat Swanepoel, will be looking for a time of 49.91, which will help her to qualify for the World Para Swimming Championships later on this year.
And in they go. Yeah, we'll certainly be keeping an eye on Kat Swanepoel's effort with regards to that time. One length of racing in the women's 50 backstroke, S1 to S15 multi-class. Very good performance once again from Ivana Venka, swimming out of Tshwane, 16 years old, representing class S13. So Ivana Venka, she will go through in a fantastic time, doing so in 39.90.
Great swim there by Ivana. In second, we have Meliska Everson, 41.56. And Elaine Portkita, 43.68. Well done to these ladies. Kat just missing that qualifying time of 49.91.
Wow, that was close. Oh, got a feel for Kat Swanepoel just outside, but a great swim nonetheless.
In 1, we have Connor Albertine. In 2, Stefan Engelbrecht. In 3, Adrian van Beek. In 4, we have Chris Mialov, a name we've been hearing a lot over the past couple of days. In 5, Matthew Cladwell. In 6, we have Matthew Goler. In 7, we have James Cooley. And in 8, we have Keegan Wright.
16 laps of swimming awaits for these men.
Yes, looking at lane 4, Chris's entry time, 7:56.36. Well within the B qualifying time for World Senior Champs. And also, that is a Junior Worlds qualifying time, because that qualifying time is 8:14.80. Let's see if he can get that A qualifying time of 7:48.56.
I certainly wouldn't bet against it. Chris Mielov, one of the standout performers so far this week. 17 years old, out of Gauteng. The men's 800 free final about to get underway.
Yes, coming into this race, he's already checked 2 out of 3 boxes. So let's see if he can get that A qualifying time.
And in they go. 16 laps await for these men in the 800 free final.
Looks like the swimmer out in lane 3, Adrian van Beek, turning in first with 15 laps to go. And it is Adrian, 25.15, followed by Chris, 27.87, and Stefan Engelbrecht, currently in third, 27.92.
Yeah, 3 swimmers there dipping under the 28-second mark. But with 15 laps to go, not too concerned about that if you without a reach by a second at the start.
And it is still Adrian, 57.44, Chris, 58.42, and Stefan Engelbrecht, 58.77.
As we say, that's lane 3 looking very strong. Adrian van Beek, 128.18, followed by Mielov, 128.97.
Chris getting the thumbs up from Coach Peter Williams, so looking comfortable, on track. Let's keep it going. And it is Adrian turning in a time of 1:59.31, followed by Chris, 1:59.80.
So Van Beek continues to lead the way ever so slightly out in lane 3, just ahead of Chris Mielov. Matthew Caldwell lying in third spot in lane 5. Nice little battle emerging amongst these front 3 for now. But as we witnessed in the women's race, remember we said the same thing when it came to Catherine van Rensburg and Danae Coetzee, that with about 3 laps to go, Coetzee just broke away from the pack. Will we see the same thing unfold over this in the men's 800 free final?
Yes, it's all about when you're going to make your move. I think after 400 meters, Chris will start making his move.
Spoke about Peter Williams giving him the thumbs up. I mean, are there also signals from that side, from a coaching structure? Will Peter Williams give him the go-ahead to say...
Yes, as you can see, Troyden Prinsloo on the other side of the pool. He's showing his swimmer, come on, use those legs, kick, kick, kick with his arms. We had Peter not so long ago telling Chris, it's time now, my boy. Start speeding up.
Always extremely entertaining to watch the animated coaches on the sidelines. How animated do you get, Chanel? I think it's a question I need to ask your colleagues and fellow swimmers. I don't think you'll give a very diplomatic answer, put it that, or rather diplomatic one.
And I guess it also depends on what time of the season it is. I mean, I think when it comes to nationals, all coaches are a lot more animated than if it's just a qualifying event. But yeah, I think I can be in freestyle because I feel like they can see me. And then afterwards I was like, did you see me starting to speed you up? No, but you know, it's a thought that counts. I was there in spirit.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the differing opinions from your fellow coaches and swimmers. As our animated Chanel van Beek is 7 laps to go. They flew through that first half of the race, these men.
Yes, and it's still Adrian van Beek in first, Chris Mielov in second, and Matthew Cladwell currently in third position.
The crowd certainly getting behind the swimmers. No, Eastern Cape swimmer represented here.
Look at the swimmer from the Eastern Cape making his move now. See, there we go. See, Coach Troy.
There we go, Troy. Very entertaining to watch.
There's 5 more laps to go. Matthew Caldwell making his move.
Going out in front, over in lane 5, is leading for the first time in this race. Starting to pull away from them. Geez, this is impressive from the man from Ekeleni. 4 laps to go.
Yes, we still have a lot of swimming to go. They still can catch Matthew, but let's see what they can do.
There we have Peter Williams in picture, keeping a very close eye on his man, Chris Mielov, out in the middle.
He has about a body length on the rest of the field. And there goes Adrian van Beek starting to make his move.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is when they're going to start dropping the hammer now, those men in lanes 3 and 4.
Yes, with about 125 meters to go. And there you'll hear the bell, 100 meters to go. Matthew turning in 7:07.78, followed by Adrian 7:09.66 and Chris 7:10.44.
This is an excellent swim from Matthew Caldwell over in lane 5. Can he be caught? Of course, we've been speaking about Chris Mielov, very much expected.
Yes, you can see Coach Douglas Erasmus in the stand with his piece of paper. Come on, you're almost there, hang in there.
And turning for the final time, Caldwell does lead. Does he have the fitness? Does he have the strength to keep in front? You can hear the crowd going crazy here.
Yes, the swimmer from the Eastern Cape, hopefully getting his hand onto the wall first, getting that gold medal.
Listen to them go. This is going to be a furious finish. Great swimming from Adrian van Beek. He's pushing hard.
Yes, he's coming back extremely strong with about 7 meters to go. Can he catch Matthew? But it looks like it's all Matthew.
Wow! What a victory there for Matthew Caldwell. 8:07.31, finishing ahead of Van Beek. Chris Mielov, a surprising third for him, it has to be said. But wow, Matthew Caldwell, take a bow.
So what an exciting race with 200 meters to go.
Jeez, it really, really was. That was highly impressive.
But also a big congratulations to Chris. That is a junior world champs qualifying time by 2 seconds. So good job to Chris.
Yeah, superb performance nonetheless. Matthew Caldwell, 19 years old, capturing the win. Mielov grabbing third, but he is 17, as is Adrian van Beek, so another man with a great future ahead of him.
That's 2 swimmers making the junior world qualifying time.
And yeah, it's not often that you have such tight finishes when it comes to these long distance events, but that's exactly what emerged in this one. Look how tight it was at the end. After 16 laps of swimming, 800 meters, Matthew Caldwell just edging out Adrian van Beek for gold.
And the gold medal winner, Matthew Caldwell, Aquatics, Gauteng, Ekurhuleni.
Yeah, congratulations to the top 3 when it comes to the men's 800. And what a performance from Matthew Caldwell. Swimming out in lane 5 and led the way from pretty much the entire race. A lot of people eyeing Chris Mielov. Mielov going on to grab bronze. And silver going to have Adrian van Beek. But it was Matthew Caldwell collecting gold. That is where we are coming to you live from Newton Park Swimming Pool in Quebec.
And the ladies for the 800 meters freestyle as they're walking out. In lane 1, we have Hannah Nielsen. 2, Caitlin Horn. 3, Catherine van Rensburg. 4, Stephanie Houtman. 5, currently in your picture, Dune Kutsia. In 6, we have Callan Lotta. 7, we have Marnie Jacobs. And in 8, we have Leah Machra.
Their confirmation once again, lanes 1 to 8. Nielsen, Horn, Van Rensburg, Houtman, Kutsia, Lotta, Jacobs, and Markgraf. Plenty of Tshwane swimmers represented once again from lanes 3 through to 6. All from Tshwane, as well as lane 1 and 8. In fact, there's only 2 Eastern Capers breaking up the full domination clean sweep of Tshwane, represented by Caitlin Horn in lane 2 and Marini Jacobs in lane 7. Otherwise, nothing but Tshwane.
Great start there in lane 3, Catherine van Rensburg.
Yeah, it was very, very good. how important is the start in such a long event?
I was just about to say she was off the block very quickly. But I mean, 800, 16 laps of the pool. I mean, out of 5, I would give it, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5 importance. I think it counts a little bit more in the sprint events when it comes to the 50 and 100 meters. But yeah, great start by her, so she can be nice and controlled, comfortable, and hopefully hold the lead.
I love the officials always assisting with regards to reminding them as to how many laps they have. And right at the beginning, this one you're completing, it's the first one, just to remind you, you've still got 50 to go.
Dune could see looking very comfortable out in lane number 5.
Dune could see and Stephanie Hartmann, a little to choose between their qualifying times, 8:43.12, 8:43.38.
And it is Dune could see turning in a time of 1:02.58, followed by Catherine van Rensburg, 1:02.83.
Both 22-year-olds swimming out of Tshwane. As mentioned earlier, 6 swimmers in this race, all from Tshwane, the other 2 being from the Eastern Cape. And those swimmers in lanes 2 and 7.
Not too sure what happened with Stephanie Hartmann out in lane 4. Coming in with the fastest seeded time of 8:43.12.
Yeah, that is very interesting. She's only turning now. And looks like she's enjoying a training swim almost, a veritable training swim. That's certainly not the case. She starts to pick up speed. Meanwhile, over in lanes 5, Dune Coetzee looking as strong as ever, as does Catherine van Rensburg.
Yes, our top 3 athletes, Catherine, Dune, and Callan Lotte. And it is Catherine van Rensburg taking over the lead in a 2:08.16, followed by Dune Coetzee, 2:08.36, and Callan Lotte, 2:09.01. So we have 11 laps left of this pool to go as soon as they hit this turn. Ladies looking comfortable, controlled, nice long strokes. Still Catherine van Rensburg, followed by Coetzee, and then we have Lotte currently in 3rd.
So looking at those qualifying times again for Singapore, that B qualifying time, 8:52.63, well within range for Stephanie Hartmann and Dune Coetzee, the A qualifying 8:34. That's going to be a tough nut to crack.
And it's still Catherine van Rensburg in 1st, followed by Dune in 2nd, and Callan Lotte currently in 3rd.
Stephanie Hartmann coming into this with by far and away the quickest time. But at the moment looks to be struggling somewhat over in lane 4. I'll tell you who's not struggling. The swimmers in lanes 3 and 5, Catherine van Rensburg and Dune Coetzee, both setting 4:19 highs.
Callan Lotte turning in a time of 4:22.06.
4:52 going away of Catherine van Rensburg. Has also been a shining light in the long distance stuff of late.
Yes, and as you can see, Dune Coetzee has made her move at this 500 meter mark, slightly edging Catherine van Rensburg. And it is Dune turning first, 5:24.62, followed by Catherine van Rensburg, 5:25.41, and Callan Lotte, 5:30.49. So we have 200 meters to go, 4 more laps of the spool. You can see Coach Mark Randall on the side, edging Catherine on.
And Dune Coetzee still holds on to that lead, just over 2 seconds now over van Rensburg, as they look to complete their 3rd last lap. Coetzee starting to pull away even some more so as she hears the bell ring for what signals the final 2 laps for her.
So 100 meters to go, Dune Coetzee turning in a time of 7:36.15, followed by Catherine van Rensburg, 7:38.81. And there goes the bell for Callan Lotte, currently in 3rd, 8:15.91.
And just look at Dune Coetzee now, just relying on experience, her power, her expertise, pulling away ever so more ahead of Catherine van Rensburg. A few laps ago, it was a question mark of who would emerge victorious between those two. I don't think that is a question anymore as Danae Coetzee turns for the final time. 8:07.41. Catherine van Rensburg more than 4 seconds adrift of her. And Danae Coetzee powering her way home to what has been a sensational swim in this women's 800 free final.
Yes, we were wondering when she was going to bring the legs in, and she did so with 100 meters to go. Danae Coetzee, 6 more meters to go. Looking like a B qualifying time, just missing that A qualifying time. And it is Danae Coetzee, 8:38.08.
And coming into second place, Catherine van Rensburg doing so in a time of 8:44.48. So as they do that, as you heard Chanel say, well within those B qualifying times. That mark was set at 8:52.63, so they completely cruised into the B qualifiers. Unfortunately, that A was just a bridge too far. That being said, though, Danae Coetzee on 8:38.08, she was just over 4 seconds adrift, or under 4 seconds of grabbing that A qualifier of 8:34.62. But of course, in swimming, 4 seconds is as good as a lifetime when in a sport of milliseconds.
And in third place is Callan Lotta, coming in a time of 9 minutes and 54 seconds. Well done to these ladies.
Yeah, that was a great race from Danae Coetzee. 8:38.08 the victor. Gold will go her way, bronze will go Callan Lotta's way, and Catherine van Rensburg in the middle with that silver medal.
Danae Coetzee, Aquatics Gauteng, Tshwane.
And there we have the victors when it comes to the women's 800 free. Bronze going the way of Callan Lotta. Silver collected by Catherine van Rensburg, but Danae Coetzee grabbing gold.
7 swimmers qualify for the World Championships in 11 separate races. Well done to the swimmers and the coaches. And let's not forget the clubs, the provinces and the Federation. Swimming South Africa. Watch Super Swimmer for further highlights from the SA National Swimming Championships 2025. I'm Derek Alberts. Thank you for your time.